What is up, everyone? Welcome to Unscripted Access, episode 170. I am your host, Don Macluso, here with Mr. Anthony Taw
Hello.
and the one and only Vermilion Milan.
What up?
How are you guys doing today? The week after Easter, been kind of an interesting week as far as news is concerned.
I've been doing good. As far as like the watching some stuff, for me, it's like wrestling. I know it's not important for you. For me and a lot of wrestling fans, it was an awesome night last night.
Okay. How about you, Anthony?
Yeah, it's a normal weekend.
That is for sure. So, no need to beat around the bush today. Let's go ahead and head straight into the news for the week. What do you got?
I don't know. I like playing around the bush for a while.
Oh God, it has begun. Anyway.
Yes.
So go ahead and lead us into it, Mr. Taw.
Well, the next to only news worth talking about is Final Fantasy 15 because demo's out, it has a release date, and there's news of it everywhere.
And I played the demo, and I'm actually excited for this one.
So, well, before we get too into talking about the demo and everything, I kind of want to just do like a brief mention of when the game comes out, because that date was dropped and it's big news. So the game's coming out, and I'm just going off memory, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but September 30th of this year.
I guess I don't remember.
It is September 30th of this year.
Okay, cool, perfect. So September 30th, Final Fantasy 15. Now that we got the release date out of the way, which to me is the most important thing for those who are looking forward to the game. Let's talk about the demo, because a demo kind of surprised everybody. Although it is a different kind of demo from what we saw with the Type 0 game. And even better, all three of us have played it. So why don't we do kind of like a little roundtable thing? I want to hear what Anthony has to say, and then after that we'll move on to Bremen. So what are you thinking about this demo, Anthony?
What I think about the demo is, to me, it seems more like an interactive tech demo than a full demo, because gameplay perspective, you're just walking around a lot, following your little carbuncle jumping around, and then as far as combat goes, you're just like dodge, whack, whack, dodge, whack, whack. When I'm just like, I know Final Fantasy has a lot more gameplay than this, and it feels very restrained, and it's very pretty, which is why I keep getting the impression that I am going through an interactive tech demo, because most of my comments were related to how the game looked rather than how it played.
Yeah.
But I might as well mention how it is very pretty, though. Obviously, the natural question that came up is like, wow, this game is so pretty. I wonder how much prettier it could have been on the PC. And that would be its own discussion one time, but it's very pretty. I mean, like, holy crap, like, the lighting. When you're talking about, like, lifelike lighting, I think this game pretty much has it. Because Bloom, or whatever fancy graphical terms that they use, it is very beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
Other thing that seems like a recent Final Fantasy trait is I get the impression that the story of this game is going to be hella convoluted. Because, I don't know about you, but like when I look at old Final Fantasy games, at least I can understand the plot of them. Whereas I notice newer Final Fantasy, 13 specifically, it was basically complication is sophistication, which doesn't necessarily quite, they're not exactly the same thing. So sometimes you make a really complicated story and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I kind of feel like they're going to try and shove as much dialogue and cinematic beauty down your throat as possible. I don't know.
There is only one way to find out, and we're just gonna have to wait it out and see what happens in September. But I actually agree with on a lot of those things, Anthony. Especially the fact that it's more like a tech demo.
Yeah, because it's like I remember watching a video of the Type 0 demo of Final Fantasy 15, and that had a Ramu summon in it, and I'm like, and what I saw in this demo was you didn't use any magic at all. You just whacked things, and at the end you just fought a giant monster and you just dodged and whacked some more. That's it. And I'm like, this can't be. No, this is not a. I don't think it's a good demo. Like because if I was a person who had zero idea about Final Fantasy, I would think this is just a typical. You just run and hit things, run and hit. There's no magic. There's no depth to anything. You just dodge and hit. Which
but you got to play it in the first one though.
I'm saying from the perspective of someone who's doesn't know much about Final Fantasy and didn't buy Final Fantasy Type 0 and didn't pay attention to this game. And I think this demo is kind of a bad representation of what the final game will be. It's okay if it's has no ties to the story and that kind of stuff. That's fine, but if the gameplay is just this, it's that's not a good impression at all.
Oh, okay, I agree there. That's true. They should have put more of that other game onto their demo.
It's Joseph Magic.
However, though, there might be another demo coming out soon, though. You never know, because they still got a long ways.
Long ways? I don't think 5 months is a long ways.
Yeah, as far as development is concerned, it's not enough time.
I know, but as a fan, that's still like a long time.
Yeah, because, I don't think it's a long time considering that people have been waiting this game for over 10 years. 5 months is, kind of small compared to the 10-year wait of Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
Well, all I'm saying is you never know. They might put out another demo. I feel like they might, actually.
I think they should focus on actually putting the game out instead of making another demo that has zero ties to the actual game.
Yeah, so, Bremen, what do you think about the demo, then?
I actually liked it. I thought there was a lot of elements that that is missing. That's the thing. The problem, though, is like what Anthony said. There should have been more magic. There should have been more of these other stuff. But I feel like it looks good for one thing, and I'm hoping. That's why I'm saying that they might bring out another demo. I'm hoping they do it.
I really don't think there's a point to putting out another demo. Because the last time a demo came out was Final Fantasy Type 0, and that was last year, right about now, actually. Because it's at this point, it's 5 months out. The only demo worth having is probably some portion of the finished game at E3.
That could be it, yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know, it just... I look at Square Enix's Japanese development teams and I just look at them and I'm just like, okay. Because this is the Platinum demo. That's the other thing too. When you think Platinum, what does Platinum mean? You think Platinum Trophy? You think higher than Gold, potentially? So, the penultimate demo, right? And yeah... Naming things just...
Yeah. It's funny. I also thought that was a little strange. Platinum. What is so platinum?
If this is the best demo you have, is this the actual gameplay of the game? Because I was confused. Because I'm like, this can't be all there is to it. Because I know I saw a Ramu summon, and this kind of gameplay does not tell me anything right. It's just me walking around a lot, hitting things, trying to, and it's all Dreamland.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? I'm not really expecting anything out of this game. To me, it's currently an interesting curiosity. So,
you know what? That might actually turn out good in their favor, though. People think that it might not be. Now people are having doubts about it, or some doubts about it. But when the game actually comes out, maybe it'll be far better.
See, I'm not gonna hold that expectation because there's like a lot of it's just, how do I put this? Final Fantasy isn't exactly a prestigious name. Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure it sells a lot, but it's not exactly what you call a prestigious name in gaming, at least on this side of the world anymore. Because it's like you think Final Fantasy, and what's your most recent memory of a big Final Fantasy game? 13? Oh boy. 14? Okay, that's kind of good. 15? Well, that's a game that's been sitting in development hell for 10 years now. So 7? Oh, right, that game that they need to take some Kingdom Hearts people over to try and make 7 get finished faster, but ultimately makes Kingdom Hearts move even slower. So great. Cool.
So
hey,
at
least we know this game's for sure coming out, right? we
Well,
have 10. I mean, unlike Final Fantasy 7 and Kingdom Hearts 3 right now, at least there is tangible proof that Final Fantasy 15 has made progress and is being finished, and will for sure come out this year.
I mean, there's always a chance for delays, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
Well, considering there's a demo now, I think like at least like everyone who's been looking forward to this game for a long time now, there is tangible proof that at least some progress has been made.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have it.
Yeah, let's all be. I mean, like I said, as a fan, I'm just hoping for the best.
I don't hope
because I have been waiting for this game since it was Versus. Because I'm like, oh, I like the style of it. I like the fact that I don't have to do the waiting game anymore. Where you take turns, you can actually take control. The disappointing thing for me, though, was you couldn't control all 3 characters. You only controlled 1, as far as I know.
For me, I do not hope, because hope could lead to disappointment. So for me, I'm just going to this and I'm like, I'm gonna play it and see what happens.
Well,
there you go.
I thought the demo was all right. The things that kind of turned me off about it were the fact that, like Anthony, you were saying that it seemed like a tech demo, and I agreed. The reason I felt that is because you can change the weather, you can change the time, and I feel like it's just kind of like, oh, look how visually impressive this can look. Like, look, this game is really pretty, everybody. But the biggest thing that I liked and the biggest thing I didn't like was the fact that it felt so Kingdom Heartsy. Like the combat just reeked of Kingdom Hearts. Not only that, but the music. Like the part where you kind of leave that wilderness area and you're inside that house, but you're really small. Tell me that didn't remind you of the Alice in Wonderland part in Kingdom Hearts 1. That reminded me of Alice in Wonderland, and the music was so like Disney-ish almost.
How do I put this? I don't know how their development teams are over there, but considering that they pulled some Kingdom Hearts people to help the Final Fantasy VII remake people, I don't know how much Kingdom Hearts people were involved in the Final Fantasy 15 team. But I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be really surprised if they would have been shuffling around people all the time now. Sometimes you would just like use the same composer here, or have a contributing composer here, and then what do you know? It's all variations of, or at least I hope it's not variations of the same game.
Yeah, no, that would be awful because I'm fairly sure that Final Fantasy VII is going to play the same way.
I mean, like, oh boy, it's just like,
similar.
well, Final Fantasy 13 kind of sucked. Well, what's the best gameplay we have? Kingdom Hearts? All right, let's build off of that. Let's have Kingdom Hearts underneath and put a different skin on top every time. I may sound like I'm bashing Square Enix right now, and I probably kind of am, because I'm not exactly particularly happy with what they're doing.
So is it safe to assume that you just didn't like the demo then?
It's like, to me, I'm kind of neutral about the demo, because I looked at it and I'm like, this, like, to me it's like, this is not, like, to me it's not really a representation of Final Fantasy 15. Okay, it looks like, I mean, it has the looks, it has the same engine, but I just looked at it, it's like it's a technology demo to me, and to me a technology demo doesn't represent the game itself at all. Like, you run a benchmark of Final Fantasy 14 on your PC, it's a benchmark. I didn't feel like I really played the game. I just kind of felt like I'm just following this carbuncle around on this epic adventure through various settings and watching the sun come up and down and all these lighting effects, and that's all I was really paying attention to. Lighting. So it's just like, how good is this texture? I noticed my PS4 is running really hot and loud. Like, stuff like that. I don't. I guess, to me, it was just kind of like a case of, so this is how good a game on my PS4 can look like so far until Uncharted 4 comes out. But, to me, it was a very forgettable demo because it didn't really tell me anything other than how pretty the game could look. At times. At times.
I think I was mostly curious about the combat of the game because the combat is really, really important in a very long, expensive RPG. And I don't think that something about the combat, I don't know what it is, but I thought it was all right. I really wanted to see some magic or something else. I think you get like one fire spell when you're fighting that boss, and when I used it, I couldn't use it again, so I didn't even really know how to use it. But like that was it, and I was a little disappointed by that because throughout a huge game, I'm not going to just whack my sword. I thought it was kind of cool that you can do that warping thing all around, and they have kind of like quick time events that randomly pop up. It's not really a quick time event, but if you pop up, it'll do certain things. Bredman, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure both of you know what I'm talking about. But I thought the combat was okay. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot better. I just am really eager to see how it is when you have like a full movement set and numerous characters to fight along with you. I wish there was just a little bit more shown as far as that's concerned.
You know what though? As far as the story goes, though, Anthony, it reminds me of. It sounds like it's going to be like a kingdoms, yeah, but I think more of like a Yakuza type battle.
I don't think it's going to be Yakuza like battle because the Yakuza like battle
No,
is like
no,
a fighting
I
game.
No. What I meant is like different clans of Yakuza fighting each other. I don't know, man. I'm saying I'm getting this
Considering they
vibe
keep
of it because they have the car and everything, and he's like a boss, not really a king.
I don't think this is gonna be a really like a Yakuza kind of thing because they said this is open world and the car is one giant road trip.
No, you're misunderstanding what I mean, though. I'm not talking about like the Yakuza game. I'm talking about the way the story is being built here.
I know nothing about the story, so I just don't know what to expect out of it. If it is, okay. If not, alright.
Okay, then.
Well, all right. Bremen, as the only one, or actually, I don't know if you have, Anthony. Did you end up playing the first demo that came with Type 0?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's perfect. Bremen, since you were the only one who played both of them, what do you think about this new demo? Has it shown you anything that the other demo didn't, or like just give us some insight as to did it make a difference as to what you feel about towards Final Fantasy 15 or what?
Well, like I said, the demo itself, I'm kind of disappointed they didn't put out the actual battle that I played on the Type Zero one. But so far, it looks pretty good. And since I already played the demo, as a person who played the demo, I already liked what I played on that one. So this second demo just kind of shows me, yeah, maybe it's just trying to show the other fans, who didn't buy it, like what would they look, what they're gonna get into, I guess.
Well, all right. I guess that unless anyone has anything else to say.
Well, I mean, like I said, like it's sad that they don't get to play. They don't get to see the summon. They don't get to see all the other stuff. You know that the guys who actually bought the Type Zero demo. You know, it's kind of sad they won't get to see those. But I'm sure hello, there's YouTube. People can look that stuff up.
Yeah. Although I think looking it up on YouTube is a whole lot different than playing it.
Well, no, I know what you mean there, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like somebody wanting to check it out and they don't have a chance to play it or sorry, not see it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right. Unless anyone has anything else to say about Final Fantasy 15, I guess we can move on.
For the demo, at least.
Yeah. Well,
Because
unfortunately,
there's more 15 news.
Let's do it. Oh, I forget. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Right, other 15 news. So, development team has a goal. Do not take this as an investment. Sorry, recoup the investment costs or anything. But they have a lofty sales goal of hopefully selling 10 million copies of Final Fantasy 15.
So what now?
Very lofty goal.
The only main series Final Fantasy game that ever really topped over 10 million was 7. Now, I just want to make it really clear, this is not the amount of copies they have to sell to recover all the development costs, or at least according to what the press, PR, relations, whatever is saying. It's just something the development team hopes they can do. Ugh.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
That is a lofty goal.
Oh, I think it can happen if it, because like Final Fantasy VII, well, let's see. Final Fantasy VII has been engraved, etched, and permanently stamped into the depths of nostalgia in the minds of just about every PlayStation owner. They re-released it about maybe 5 or 8 times. So I guess if 15 did that, it would reach 10 million.
Well, you gotta count also the people from back then that played the original Final Fantasy VII that would like to see, revised.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're hoping 10 million, and I'm like, I'm gonna see how good the game is first, see if it can become an instant classic, then we can think about 10 million. Because, like, again, it's just like Final Fantasy. Like, here's the thing, though. Like, what is it gonna take to reach 10 million? Like, the Final Fantasy name today is not what it was a long time ago because, everyone would rather play an old Final Fantasy game than a new one, or at least for like how I get the impression. Because everyone just keeps talking about the old days. They don't really talk about the new stuff because, well, 12, 11, 14, 13, depends. Just enthusiasm just kind of waned out, I guess. But anyways, yeah, 10 million. That's a very high goal.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, we'll see. If it turns out that this game is ridiculously fantastic, it could totally get that.
Well, I wouldn't say ridiculous fantastic. I would say maybe good enough that people will start talking about it.
Yeah, well, that's more or less what I was meaning. Like it needs to get good views. It needs to get a lot of good press.
Word of mouth has to go around too, because you can make an awesome game, but like if nobody really knows about it or don't care, they won't buy it.
Luckily, one of the good things going for it is that it is called Final Fantasy, and there's a number following that.
Yes, but there's a problem is that a lot of people, Final Fantasy fans, would probably rather play an old Final Fantasy game than a new one.
Yeah, that's
true. Because it's kind of been rolling down the hill lately.
You know, it'd be freaking awesome if they just remake, instead of making a Final Fantasy VII remake, How about they just make the ones that were really popular back then, like Final Fantasy? Was it 3 that was here?
There is a really popular one. It's called 7.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm talking about the classics. Besides 7, I'm talking about like the Nintendo days.
No, you don't understand, Bretman. Research groups say that people don't have the brain power or the attention span to play through a complex act-turn-based RPG. Okay? Like, you gotta understand, folks. Like, you gotta understand the focus groups say people don't have time for a complicated game. Okay? With a story that makes sense. With good music.
Yeah, that's the problem is like that's the same with music. Actually, you're right. Like I can listen to like old stuff like Iron Maiden or Megadeth or some other bands out there with a long ass like song. When you try to let the kids now, they're like, oh, it's too long. And then you're like, dude, the guitar solo though.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I wish I could remake Final Fantasy VI. I'm pretty sure everyone would, but
Yes.
nope, nah, 7, 10. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on in that office anymore because it's like I don't understand some decision making these days. But, anyways, yeah. So other things in Final Fantasy 15. Well, in order to probably sell 10 million, you want to get your name out there, right? So before the game even came out, there is going to be there is going to be an anime on it. Or it's already out. Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15. And there's going to be a movie. Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive, I think. Yep.
You know what? I'm a sucker for that stuff, so I'll probably watch them anyway.
I remember I watched the first 10 minutes of Final Fantasy Spirits Within, or I think that's what it's called, and couldn't stand it.
Okay, that one was a bad one. That one I admit was a bad one. But if this one's gonna be based on the actual game that they're bringing out, then I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out as well, but I'm not getting my hopes up about it.
As an anime fan, I feel I must check this out too.
So yeah, there's that. So I think that's all I got for Final Fantasy 15 at least.
Nice. So yeah, big deal. Tons of, well, I don't know if there's tons of excitement, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
I think there's tons of excitement surrounding Square's games right now. Like Final Fantasy 15, like they basically have a lot of projects that's been sitting in development hell for a very long time. So everyone's like, just please release it right now, and pressure's building up. Final Fantasy 15 used to be called 13 Verses, announced by this coming E3 10 years ago. E306, that was when it was announced. E3 2006. Yeah. Yeah. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, I forgot when that was announced, like 3 years ago this coming year. And then Final Fantasy 7 Remake, well, I don't know when that's happening.
Yeah.
It's like the only Final Fantasy that actually has its shit together for the moment is 14, and that's an MMO. I'm not like discounting it when I say it's an MMO, but it's like the only team that actually got their stuff together, partly because they had to, because they have to save basically save the worst rated Final Fantasy game in the history of Final Fantasy stuff.
I mean, when it first launched.
Yeah, and then they had to fix everything, and they did. It's a good-ish game now.
That's all that matters. It's stupid that they didn't release it that way to begin with, but whatever.
Okay. So is that
What
it
else
for
do you
Final
have
Fan-
for us?
Okay, hey, Nick is gonna love this. He loves Forza games. Well, the Turn 10 studio guy, the creative director, Dan Greenwald, says that all Forza games in the future are coming to Windows 10 and Xbox. So that basically discounts all reason for me to own an Xbox anymore. No, quite literally. There is like...
Yeah,
like,
I know, it's kind of a bummer.
Like for me, like why did I buy my Xbox One? It's because I could play Forza 6 on it because Gran Turismo's out, and then well, I need my car fixed, so there you go. I bought a Forza Xbox One, and now that Forza's going to come out on PC in the future, I have zero reason to own an Xbox now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like wow. I mean, like dang. Like, what reason?
Danganronpa? Is that what you said?
And other than that, I can't find anything else going on right now aside from that Tracer pose controversy thingy that's been going around because that cropped up on my Facebook sidebar lately.
Say what?
Okay. I have a couple of things. So number one, this is quite interesting. BioShock the Collection has been listed on the ratings board.
Okay, cool.
Say what?
Excellent time for my iPad to freeze.
Gotta love technology.
Yeah, usually when something ends up on a ratings board, it implies that it will be coming out at one point or another. Of course, it's still not solid proof, but considering the fact that rumors have been circulating on a BioShock collection for a while, it kind of leads you to believe that it's probably going to end up. So, of course, still not set in stone, but don't be surprised. And then another one, Ubisoft filed a new trademark for Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah,
Oh, that's an old one. That's
exists.
a really old one. That'd be kind of nice to replay again, I guess.
Yeah. And that is it for me.
There's not much going on, huh?
Well, it's all like Final Fantasy pretty much took up the entire week. I'm trying to think of other things that might have happened, but for the life of me, I can't.
Well then.
Oh,
Okay.
everybody's gone to the Rapture is coming to the PC. That's kind of exciting. Maybe
Wait,
I'll buy
everybody's
it
gone to the
now.
Rapture? Wait a minute, everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah, you haven't heard of that game?
Oh, thought you meant actually everybody has gone to the Rapture.
Alex is on Street Fighter now, though he might have been on Street Fighter last week. I can't remember. Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
you know-
Atlas USA games are now being published by Sega. I think that was something that I was trying to remember.
You know what? I
So-
want to play Alex, but I'm going to wait out a little bit more for the rest of the characters to come out.
Yeah. I'll
Damn
probably
you,
just get the
Capcom.
Super Ultra Mega Super Street Fighter 5 edition.
Yeah, when it comes out, and it'll be like a brand new game again.
Yeah.
Damn it, Capcom.
What's that?
I said, God damn it, Capcom.
I'll be really honest. We don't really have much, do we? This is
It's a sad, sad week.
Well, I mean, it is. It has been a week completely ruled by Final Fantasy.
I will still check out the anime and that movie, though. That sounds interesting to me, since it's based on the actual game instead of some crappy, made up one.
Yeah, I'll check out the anime. Probably won't check out the movie.
I'll check out movie. Movie.
To me, the movie is gonna be like one of those. I'm just gonna wait until DVD comes out. Sorry, not DVD, Blu-ray. Like, what year am I living in to be saying DVD? It's freaking. It's like 2016. DVDs are so 10 years ago. Well, I think if that's it, we probably should wrap it up.
All right.
I feel a little embarrassed I feel a little embarrassed and a bit ashamed to say that, like, I don't have anything else.
It
It's
has
sad,
been
very
kind
sad.
of like a slow week. It's been such a slow week that I had to dig for things that you don't care about, such as the Beyond and Good and Evil thing.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
oh man.
You don't even have the words.
You know what sucks even more, John?
What's that?
No comments.
That does suck even more.
We have so little to talk about. We don't even have comments to respond to.
That makes me sad. So,
Yeah.
in light of this short episode, everybody, hopefully we all have something to say about Final Fantasy 15. So let us know what you think. Let us know what we should have talked about, and we will talk about it. All of that fun stuff. You guys know how it goes. Talk to us, and we will talk
you
back.
guys gotta let us know what you guys want to hear about, and all this other stuff. Because we may not catch everything that goes on.
That's true. We do miss things. Like I have that horrible feeling that I am going to remember something that I should have brought up right after we end this.
But you'll forget by next week.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, I might as well do our ending reel now. So, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on twitch.tv/thegameraccess. If you would like to donate to us, there is a donate button under the video player. Check our other show, 60-Minute Access, this coming week, I think. Probably Broforce? Not sure. Check out Super Awesome Playtime. We started Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because Ray has never finished a Zelda game before. Yeah.
So sad. So
sad.
sad.
In addition to him having never had ribs or cake before, I think, like, that just is another one of those things where you don't understand how a person can live that long and not done that. What else? Playing God. Last week it was May from Overwatch, if I pronounced that name correctly. We have the Gamecast, so check out the Gamecast there. Bronson likes to call it the garbage dump, but I wouldn't go that far and call it a garbage dump. Obviously, you have this show, and I think that's all. Oh, and Bronson's Soapbox. Recently, he did an episode on how game consoles are slowly turning into PCs, and how PCs have inherited console-like features for ease of use, all that kind of stuff. So that's our lineup, so check it all out.
All right. Well, thank you, Anthony, as usual, given the news, the spill, and all of the other fun stuff. You guys heard it from Anthony. Follow us on all of our stuff, and we promise to deliver on some fun stuff for you, such as all of the fun shows he's mentioned, as well as what you are currently listening to. On that note, we will see you guys next week. So have a good one, guys.
Yeah, sorry I didn't have any more pervert jokes.
You'll make up for it next week, I'm sure.
Later, gentlemen and folks.